Good morning and welcome to Wake Up Hex. I'm your guy KNTX. Thank you guys for joining me today. I do apologize for being late, guys. If any of you guys have seen anything on the Doppler radar in the United States and North America, there is a lot of snow hitting the Rocky Mountains right now. So, the unfortunate side to that is um, I don't want to make fun of Subaru drivers, but they're the ones that claim we got the safest car with all-wheel drive, and yet they're the slowest drivers on the road. So anyway, I won't trash Subarus too bad here. I want to get into this here pretty quickly because we only got an hour, but I want to know what you guys think. So I'm gonna be watching the chats quite a bit today. We're gonna bring up some content questions that are things that are burning and itching in the back of my mind, and not the itchy butthole indicator saying we're going to bounce between the 10 to 12 cent range crypto gains club 369. But some things that I would like to get your guys' input on. So I know, and my marketing experts know, the team that we have initiated a relationship with on the back end to do some of these marketing ideas, what is going to work. But I want to know what your guys' perceptions of what we should be doing and what you guys think would work. So we'll keep talking about that here as we go through forward. First, I want to say hello to Vibra Finance CEO. It is always good to see you, brother. Crypto King, my boy. Bitfinesse. I got free knots getting lined up for the Joker working the date. Boom. Bitfinesse, Nick Manis, Alan Fils, May, Andre369, Pay Me Hex, SE, Crypto Gains Club 369, Javier Lowe, Hex and Chill Girl. We got Enoch, Miss S, Lost Legacy, Mel Tony, Hexakin Girl, Peter Danis, Matt in Bali. Heck yeah, guys. So hope this video can cheer us up. Wrecked with other position. Can't wait for Pulsex launch. Yes. Hey, I'm really excited about that. Zvolo. Hey, Switzerland is listening. Love it. The green candle 555. Okay. So thank you guys all for joining me today. I didn't have time to, because I got here late, didn't have time to share out the link to everyone. So if you guys want to post that on Twitter, let everyone know we're live, throw in the hex.com pulse chain and whatever other chats you guys can think of that will work on Telegram, Pulsex, that would be great, because I would love to talk about more marketing. So I personally like the idea of the direct mail marketing campaigns with a call to action and a custom URL and a way to track how many new people actually got that mailer and then acted upon it. I like hitting. It's funny because we were thinking about this before Richard said something, but there's certain demographics, certain wealthy neighborhoods that you probably want to target first, if you really want the price to move. But that doesn't mean that you stop shy of that. There is still a concerted campaign could happen to those that are already crypto friendly but may not live in those neighborhoods yet. So how you weed those prospects out, and get these letters in their hands, make them aware of Hex and Pulse and Pulsex, that's the tricky part. So I'd like to see what you guys think. So I do agree with this, Svolo. I really like this. I believe that our younger generation needs basic financial literacy, huge potential amongst the young generation. I like that. So along these lines, some of the ideas that have been brainstormed, even in the Cutthroats room, was and Motley was giving us some really neat ideas when he was a recruiter, how to get lists from college admin offices saying, or admissions offices with people that getting a list of people that had dropped out of college. Usually they have student loans, and it was Larry Kool-Aid, our guy Kool-Aid out there, our ultimate game architect, was talking about, man, you could really target the people with student loans and have a calculator and scenario of, you have student loans, you'd like to pay them off. Well, if you have this much Hex and you stake it and each stake ends quarterly, you could pay off the next 3 months loans with this amount based upon what your loan amount is for your student loan. I really like that idea. They're somewhat educated, or at least somewhat ambitious people that would get that regardless of whether they finish college or not. So I really like that idea. And I think that goes along those lines. And yes, we're going to be doing more pre-candid educational stuff on financial literature, because one thing that I've really found with this community is, while you guys get it and you have critical thinking skills and you have the ability to cut through the noise, there's still a lot of you guys that are very inexperienced with how financial products actually work. So I think it would be really great, just for, even if it's just to help our own community out, that there needs to be some education around those things. I think that'd be really cool. We need a Main Street personality to become an ally. I think Peter Schiff can be converted. We have way too many similarities. So I actually had a conversation with one of the directors, the two directors of the Highest of Stakes movie. And we were talking about this yesterday, and said, it's just too bad that he's just out of that age demographic that is really going to look into cryptocurrencies, unfortunately. But I like where your head's at, Mr. Hex. I like that. I do remember how AOL used to send you a CD every week. Yeah, I don't think that's evergreen content that stays there forever, my friend. I like where your head's at, though. I like where your head's at. I think it would be good to get some targeted marketing on Freedom radio shows, depending on how expensive it is. I like that. The guys that I actually got back into, so my story is 2010. I had a buddy that I went to college with who got into computer sciences, and he told me to look into Bitcoin, and I just couldn't figure out how to do a wallet, or I wasn't willing to take the time to figure it out. Maybe I could have figured it out at some point. We didn't have these nice user interface wallets that we have now to use. And so with that, I didn't do it. And so 2010 goes by, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Then 2016, I stumbled across Free Talk Live, guys up in New Hampshire, because New Hampshire is a pretty free state, like really libertarian-minded people up there. And even though they vote a little leftist, their local laws are not restrictive at all. And so they had Free Talk Live actually was talking about Monero. And at that time, Monero had just been launched, 2016. It was it was rather new. And it was like 5 cents per Monero or something like that at the time. And I listened to it. I was like, man, I should get me some of that. It's freedom minded because it's right up my alley. I'm a God, guns, and liberty kind of guy, and I really liked what they were doing. And then I slipped and didn't move on it, and then waited till the end of 2016, early 2017 to get into crypto. And by that time, the price had already run up. But I like that idea. It got me. So just like late night TV commercials got Matt at Crypto Heartbeat, I was really onboarded with crypto thanks to a Freedom radio shows talking about using crypto and circumventing the traditional fiat system. Get rid of that there. I see that on my sleeve there. You guys like my shirt? Hex is financial freedom, guys. I've been stood outside of Windsor Castle waiting on Lizzie to hand her a letter. Good luck with that, SE. I hope it works. Ooh, I really like this. I didn't think about this part. The mailer and the call to action URL is a must, in my opinion. It's hands down, it's a must. If you guys want to donate towards those efforts, that's what we're doing right now. We're putting together a team that and trying to learn the rules and regulations for certain countries for how we do it. Now that thanks to Taylor Kennedy's help, I've been able to convince Richard to scrub the interest language off of the website. It'd be really nice if we can get it off of the go.hex.com. But we really want to hit some of these really, really wealthy Muslim countries, especially those that are looking to divest from some of their oil investments, or trying to not put all their eggs in one basket and trying to diversify that portfolio. But the 1-800 call center, that's cool, but I don't think you're going to get, I don't know how many Hexicans can just sit there and man the phone calls all day long. Hopefully it would be that effective, that the mailer would be that effective that they're getting calls all the time. And then you would have to pay for staff. So a lot of the things we want to do, guys, I would love to do more, but man, funds really just are the limitation to it. And these people outside of crypto need to get paid for their services because they're not wealthy Hexicans and soon to be Pulseidans. And that's what we're trying to make them. And in fact, I think if you had a call center with people that you could pay to man the call center, and they had to learn about Hex and Pulse, and most likely they aren't Hexicans. I don't think there'd be enough of us to handle all the phone calls if we did a really concerted effort. They would learn about Hex and Pulse, and they'd go off and buy Hex and Pulse, and then we'd onboard the call center and have nobody answer the phone calls. So, and that would be actually probably a good problem. Good problem to have. We know we have good traction in military people. Maybe we can do something with that info. Someone think about that. I like that idea. I just don't know how you would execute on that. But that's a really good idea. Hey, Gomer Pyle has 2 tickets for sale to the Las Vegas convention. So his wife and him are unable to attend. Please hit him up on Twitter if you're interested. Gomer Pyle, guys. Ooh, I like this. Mr. X. The baby boomers' wealth is about to be transferred. We need to get those people who inherit this wealth into crypto. What is crypto, bro? Into crypto, Hex, and Pulse. That is a good idea. So some of the legacy finance stuff that we're doing, we are going to be trying to target the wealth transfer between generations. I don't have a whole lot of details on that, not because there's anything sensitive about it, but that we just don't have the details figured out on it yet. But we're always welcome to ideas, guys, because it'd be really nice to get legacy finance money in from the wealth transfer, not just, crypto being handed down to other crypto folks. Oh, he fixed it. Okay, crypto. Got it. I think targeting the college dropout is a great idea because they have probably realized that a more traditional route is not for them, and they are probably open to new ideas. Ooh, that's a great point. I didn't even think about the mindset. I'm a college dropout. Just so everyone knows, I did a Van Wilder. I took very few credits per semester because I was a ski bum and I liked to ski a lot. Yeah. And I realized, I started looking at Michael Dell and Bill Gates and all these millionaires that had come up around the early 2000s, late 1990s, as I was getting out of high school and started going to college. And I realized, man, these guys understand that there's no value in learning underwater basket weaving and lesbian dance theory. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm more of a trade school type person. If you just want to get into a trade, you can make a killing in a trade and just go right into an internship and learn how to work and do it right away. And I'm not just saying working with your hands. That goes for graphic design and marketing and all other kinds of things too. I'm just not a big fan of overpaying for school to say that I, am a lesbian dance theory major. Now, again, going back to it, if you want to be a doctor, a lawyer, an engineer, a teacher, there's some things you have to go to college for and you have to have that piece of paper for. So in that regard, all the best to you. But I agree with Melissa and friends, Crypto from the Cabin here. I was very much an entrepreneur and I was always looking for yield somewhere else. I was always looking to run my own thing. I was always looking to be my own boss. And that's part of the reason I dropped out of college. And so I think you're very, very right. I like that point, Crypto from the Cabin. All right, Wales, that's your mission. By the end of next week, you need to convert Peter Schiff and Cody, can't remember his last name, streaming from a Toyota guy. I agree with that. There are being efforts made in the background for these things, guys. There's a lot of shaking hands and kissing babies going on in the background. I wish I could be part of those efforts because I really love networking. I'm a big fan of getting in the room with people and just getting to know them and figuring out solutions. One thing I'm really good at is putting the right people and the right solutions in the right room together. And that's one, I wouldn't say I'm the best in the world at it, but it's something that I've been pretty good at throughout my whole career. And I'd love to be in those rooms, but man, having a young family makes that difficult to do. Ooh, I like that. Targeting tech and 2-year colleges, especially tech colleges. Yeah, I like that. Well, technically or typically, the 2-year colleges are the almost trade school-esque, Phoenix Online and stuff like that. Those are people that want to just get right into the workforce and start making money without huge debt. I agree, Essie. Look how what we did without marketing. Can you imagine an actual concerted marketing effort? Rocket fuel maybe that's 2 words, the 2 words that come to my mind. You must be talking about Monero, man. Yeah, this is one that I wish I had bought when it was 5 cents back then. I knew about it and I just didn't move on it, man. Hey, Louis Hex. Good morning, Kinetics and the Hexicans. Good to see you, brother. We like seeing you here, man. That's cool. Cool to see you here. Ooh, this is not a bad idea. I think doing some small sponsorships with gaming streamers might be worthy. Most gamers have MetaMask. I know a pro player who would place better if he had a sponsor and is willing to showcase Hex. I like that idea. I don't know if I can put that particular idea on my plate of things to do right now with the legacy finance products that we're launching. But you know what, MT Coiner, hit me up on Telegram. Make sure to drop me some more details on that. What I would like to see is someone in the community build a game and use Pulse as the settlement transaction layer and the in-game currency. That's what I'd really like to see. I think you'd get, if it was a decent game at all, not one of these cheesy games, but if it was a decent game at all, I think you could really get, tens of millions of users to start buying Pulse. I don't know about Hex so much, but maybe you could lead it into Hex somehow. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff you could do. Hey, Jennifer Miller. It's good to see you. Not sure what that means. It's interesting that Peter Schiff waited to debate Richard when he saw the potential for war, which is a great time for gold. Where was he last year? I don't think we had the traction yet. I don't think he had the notoriety to get in front of Peter Schiff yet at that point in time. I do agree with that, but if you can expedite the price pump, then I think they compound on top of each other. So if you can market and create a price pump, and then the best marketing is the price pump, it's a compounding effect. That is when they come flocking. But obviously, these are only crypto people, and we know there are more people outside of crypto. Yeah, it's really the seamlessness of onboarding to crypto is what needs to be. It needs to be, unfortunately. We're looking at different ways in which to do this, but there needs to be an exchange type factor, a fiat on ramp where money gets turned into crypto and you can leave it on the exchange. Of course, even as if we end up owning this exchange that we're thinking about here, of course our marketing materials even will say, hey, it's great that you transact with us, but don't leave your money here. Get it into your own hands. But it needs to be seamless. It needs to be money straight to crypto, and boom, you've got it. It needs to be more seamless for these no coiners, teaching them how to use MetaMask and to use these decentralized exchanges. Like, it takes time, guys. Like, any of you guys have sat down and onboarded somebody, it takes time to do that thing. We need a more seamless approach to that. And I think Staker will be that eventually. I can't wait to see version 2. I think Staker will be that once we get the fiat on ramps melded in and working. We just need the ones I got. They're the best possible right now, but they're not great options. Transact has never worked for me. Ramp has never worked for me. Credit card processors don't like you process, like the card issuers don't like you. Some of them don't like you buying crypto through places like Ramp, and there's a $500 limit, and it's not great. It's not a great experience. It's not really that usable at this point in time, unfortunately. Oh. I don't know who won. Well, I'm thinking you said won the debate, but today crypto is under 10% and gold is up 5%. The whole market of crypto is down right now. It's just the timing of the. I don't think it had anything to do with the outcome of the the argument. You know what though? Peter Schiff held his own better than I thought he would. I'll give him credit for that. It was a fun debate. If you guys get the chance, if you didn't watch it the first time, watch it on Richard's side. Oh my God, the Goku group or Goko group, man, they slaughtered the audio, man. It was horrible. It was absolutely horrible. Peter was too loud, and it was easy for him to talk over Richard, and he couldn't hear what Richard was saying, and Richard's mic was clipping. Like, I hope they get their, if there's ever another debate that those guys put on, that is one that I'm interested in watching. I hope they have their tech guys figure that out. So, yeah, that's right. We need to get interest off the Staker app too. I didn't even think about that. Thanks for reminding me. I'll reach out. Not going to say that that's anything that I'm going to be able to get done, but yeah, definitely. When we get done here, guys, Crypto Junkies is going to go live in 30 minutes. So when I'm done, they're talking about Russia, crypto, and sovereignty. It's a trap, it's titled. So I think it'll be really interesting along the lines of oh, no, that's not it. Or was it? The times of war and the price. So being good, price being good for gold. And maybe that's why more of why gold is up 5% today. Yeah. Call center would cost, and who is going to run it and pick up the phone? Yeah, that's not a job that I want. There's higher value things we can do to pump the price of Hex. Should have more details on that very soon. And that's outside of the marketing efforts. Yes. Okay. So I've talked about this with our marketing company. I've talked about this with Jay, our marketing guy that helps run our channel with Discourse. Like when you go to a new geographic region, say we go to Indonesia or we go to the UAE, Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Kuwait City, you create a Telegram group that is for those languages, for the people that can, or even if you want to do geographic, I would do more of the language-based approach to it, so that people with the same similar language are in there and not just necessarily the same country, because sometimes the dialects or even the languages themselves within the same country are not the same. But I like this. When you do the direct mailer, you direct them to a Telegram chat. So they have to download Telegram, but it's pretty simple. And then you can have someone in there helping, like we do with the Pulse chain chat and the hex.com chat and the chats like that, help onboard them from there. And you can see real quick whether the direct mailer is working or not by the number of subscribers to Telegram. Custom URL, though, would be another metric that'd be really great. So, and it would help us with the custom URL. You can actually track of all the clicks, where are the clicks coming from. So, you know, now this website has so much traffic from Indonesia that we need, you know, I don't know the language that's spoken there, but we need their language, or a translated version of the website into their language. So I think both would be good. But yes, that is great. You can see real quick how fast the direct mailers are working in these different geographic areas with Telegram. That is true. Gold is up because Russia was up all night shooting missiles at Ukraine. Yeah, saw that. Supply the Ukrainian army with DS Hex t-shirts. Dude, I have a hard time supplying the Hexicans with Hex t-shirts. How am I supposed to do that? There you go. 500,000 worth of I'm thinking $500,000 worth of hex would earn you $4,000 a month of passive income at 20 cents. This is much better than the income from a 5K rental home. That is true. The cap rates for a $500,000 rental home, you're probably going to make between $2,000 and $2,500 a month before expenses on the rent, depending on your geographic location. With a rental home, $500,000 rental home, so that's about 0.5% per month. If you compound that throughout the whole year, that's about a 6%. That's still nothing compared to what you're going to get from a $500,000 worth of hex. I like that. That's a great idea. Real estate investors are a great place. Maybe someone can get mailers and locations from people from like Bigger Pockets. They're one of the largest online real estate investing communities out there. I'm a member of Bigger Pockets. I have been for years. That would be a great place to try to start throwing, hey, why are you guys fixing toilets and dealing with pain in the ass tenants when you could make a larger return on a monthly basis using this financial vehicle called Hex? So yeah, so Wales, I like what you're saying here, talking about that wealth transfer from one generation to the next. That wealth will be transferred via the stock market, which is the point of the trust. This money isn't out there sitting in cash. It's actively invested in capital markets. That's part of the reason for the publicly traded trust, guys. I mean, think about that. When a boomer passes down their GE, their General Electric stock, and Gen Z or millennial gets it, where would they rather put it? Well, they'd rather put it in something a little flashier, a little more tech savvy. And rather than it go to Tesla or ARK Investments, why not the Hex Investment Trust? Yeah, sure. Melv Tony was talking about when he's going to buy the next dip. And Wells only said, yeah, sure has lots of lettuce hands at Melv Tony. Luckily now and not later. Great point, Wells. There are a lot of lettuce hands within the Hex community. I thought we had stronger hands than this. Those of you who are staked for as long as you are, you guys have those diamond hands. But yeah, it is better that it gets shaken out now, because it's just going to be that much easier to launch once we get to that point where we get a new influx of cash coming back in. Hey, yes, this would be great, Svolo. Any chance to connect with you, KNTX? I am in Switzerland and started a project for onboarding. I'd love to hear your opinion. I'm also in Slovakia and chat with Peter. That is fantastic. Yeah, if you could hit me up on, obviously you communicate very well in English, because I don't know French or German. But if you will connect with me on Telegram, I'll not only give you my opinion, because this is probably not a project that I can probably put my hands on with all the things we have going on, but I can connect you with other people with like-minded ideas based upon what it is that I see from you. And when I say based upon, I don't mean it's contingent on how good your idea is. It's just a matter of how many other people have come to me with other ideas that are similar, and if we can get you guys to work on the same page, because it's better than working counterproductive to each other. That's one thing, and I said this on Tuesday. I see this a lot in the nonprofit space. They get a lot of dumb funding for, and when I just say that, I say grant money and things that there's not a lot of thought behind it. It's just something to fund for the sake of looking good for funding. But then you've got 5 organizations trying to accomplish the same goal, and none of them are efficient because they're not run like a real business, and they're all stepping over each other's toes trying to accomplish the same thing. I would like to not see that in the Hexagon community. If there's someone already doing something and they are the forefront or the leader in what they're doing, then I think it's better for people to join those efforts and help compound their efforts versus work counter to them. So I'd love to connect you with some other people based upon what your onboarding project is. That'd be great, man. Hit me up. Dude, it's always a buy day for Hex, especially when it's this low. It's on sale, guys. This is freaking on sale. This is, I wish I had some capital right now. I'd be buying for sure. When they sell their home, that money will go to the kids. These kids will want to invest. Yes. That's another idea. And you can get these from real estate investment marketing firms. You can get lists of aged homeowners that are at the end of their lives. You can also get non-owner occupied mailing lists out there. Those would be really good because those are rental properties. Hey, we see you have a rental property. How would you like to sell that at the almost all-time high on the housing market and put it into something that it's an all-time low that actually gets you a better cash flow? I think those would be great direct mailers to real estate investors, as well as people. Some of those might hit homes where the person might have already passed, and the next person to open that letter may be their family, or they're at the end of their life and they're starting to plan and they need somewhere to put that when mom or dad or aunt and uncle are gone, and that house becomes theirs and it's not something they want to manage as a rental property. Just some ideas out there, guys. There's ways to get those within the real estate community, get those mailers out and get them into the right hands. I know that Robert Kiyosaki has a program that he's affiliated with. I don't think he owns it, but they've tied it to his name. I think they use his name with licensing. Because I went down to Albuquerque one time to listen to Robert Kiyosaki real estate investment course. And they have software that tells you whether people have mortgages, whether their homes are free and clear and paid for, approximately what age they are, whether they own rental properties, and how many non-owner occupied homes do they have in their name in that county. And so there's ways to get those lists, guys. Got to get soon to get that free. Yeah, you got to get, because soon you will get that free copy, which may end up being worth more than Hex on ETH chain as people all switch networks. That's possible. It is completely possible. I'd like to see expensive Hex everywhere, but no guarantee what the market's going to do. The market does what the market does. Yeah, getting that copy, it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. What's up, everyone? Anyone buying the dip? Give me all your Hex. Okay, that's a great idea. I like that, Alan. As to the military, hit up job fairs. They do roundtables. You can be a sponsor and believe the younger generation will stop by and ask, what is the Hex? Yeah, good idea, guys. John May, hope things are going well, fam. Hope those babies are doing well. Send love to those babies from the Hexicans, man. Kiss those babies and hug them for us, please. Nothing better than those kids in this world, guys. I'm having a hard time. Actually, after I get done with this stream today, I'm going to go spend time with my baby girl. I've been working so hard lately that my little 13-month-old is she needs some time alone with her daddy. So I do like this. We both know this time had to come. Nothing goes straight up forever. Wondering when Richard, is going to pull the I know you're joking, Melv Tony, because you are a hardcore Hexican. Yeah, Richard's not pulling any plugs. So I know it's not efficient, but my demographic wants in-person meetups and will drive more with presenters that don't talk like truck drivers. Just kidding. I love truck drivers, but you know what I mean. Yeah, I do actually. Showing up with your hair done nice without a ball cap and a monkey suit on with a, looking and not and a suit that actually fits. That's the thing. Like, I see so many people just throw on a suit. I see it at church a lot. I see a lot of guys, great salt of the earth people, but suits are not their everyday wear. You can tell, and the shoulders don't fit right, and the arm lengths aren't tailored well enough, and high water dress pants and stuff like that. That look is just as bad as showing up looking like a truck driver trying to sell financial solutions. So there is definitely an in-between, but I agree with you. Someone who is succinct and in their speaking and very to the point can communicate very well empirical data, but not in a boring and dry way, and do personal meetups. Absolutely. I think that's great. It doesn't scale as well, yes, but it's beautiful. It's very effective, especially for certain generations. That's for sure. Reverse engineer what the German guys did with their USA tour, local hex workshops with the end goal of onboarding, hire local hexagons to present formalized workshops. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's really cool. We get to use that as marketing efforts. Hey, look, we had a whole team travel the country. The problem is the problem with the USA tour that I see it in my eyes is too many hexagons and not enough new onboarders showed up. And that comes down to the marketing effort before the event happens. I think these guys would have smashed it out of the ballpark. I think they would have been able to sell 90% of people in the room that were no coiners or new onboards. I think they would have been able to sell them, no problem. I really do. But there needed to be a concerted direct mailing marketing effort to those geographic regions before the event so that you actually had more people show up that weren't just hexagons. Because the only people that saw that there was a hexagon meetup were hexagons, and possibly the hexagons that said, hey, friend, whoever you are, you're not in hex yet, come with me to this event. So I like what the USA tour got, what the Germans did with the USA tour. I just think there should have been some marketing effort. And this is after the fact, looking back at what they did. I didn't think of these things up front. Maybe I could have suggested this, or maybe someone else could have suggested this. So I think they did a great job. I think we learned stuff as a community from this, and we can do it better next time if we do it again. But I think it comes down to marketing before the event. We have the rocket fuel, just need a match. It's just a matter of getting in front of more eyes. Yep. I think that is the match, getting in front of more eyes. Esports is massive. Sponsor those FIFA teams. And the gamers are usually of a younger demographic that are already tech savvy and willing to look into, hey, how do I get a MetaMask to get these cryptos? So I like the esports. It goes back to brand marketing, though, so I think it need to be very strategic because there's not a lot of eyes unless it's a big tournament on a lot of these esports guys. There's just so many of them. That's the problem. You don't have, less than 0.5% of the population that has to be super tall and train their whole life to be a basketball player to be an e-gamer. So there's a lot more e-gamers than there are like professional athletes. So, hey, I love it. As I'm originally from there, we could do something. Yeah. Get mailers out to everybody in Monaco. Have them come to your event, man. Sometimes this works. Not gonna lie. There's a lot of dudes in crypto, and that's a giant pull to events for a lot of these guys. Yeah, I agree. Peter kept yelling over Richard. That's what I hated, that Richard's mic was down so low, but high on his end that it made him clip, and Peter's mic was so loud. He just talked over him. It pissed me off too, man. I got so frustrated by that. I agree with this downhill swim. I'm 100% on board with this. Yes, there's a certain demographic and we've seen this since 2015, all the YouTube guys selling their courses online. So you can drive a Lambo and advertising at the Lambo and their channels and everything. Yes, there is a certain demographic where cars, watches, clothing, and all those things work. But to someone like myself, it's more of dude, I've been watching Bigger Pockets and Valuetainment and these things that help me become a better investor and a better real estate investor and a better entrepreneur. Those are the things that got my attention, and that's where really how I got down the rabbit hole of getting really into crypto. So yeah, I think you're right, thinking about your future, and I think the personal finance space crowd is untapped at this point in time. I mean, the best you got is meet Kevin that doesn't understand Bitcoin, and Andre Jick, who's an ETH maximalist. Like, that's the best you got, guys. And they've got millions of followers. So I think the personal finance space is really where it's at, guys. I agree with Wales only. Yeah, the esports is an ideal market for the demographic. Just like I said, we just got to be really careful where you put that money because there's so many of them out there. It's hard to get in front of a lot of eyes. You bet, Gomer Pyle. No problem for the shout out. I hope you guys enjoy your meetup out there in Vegas. I really wish I could go. I've got some meetings with some important legacy finance guys that hopefully can help me with our products and be the rocket fuel catalyst for that too. Sorry to keep yawning at you guys. When it's snowy like this other one, you've got a foot of snow out there and you've got a nice fireplace at your house and from a nice stone fireplace and it's kind of darkly lit outside because of the weather. Like I could really just curl up to a book in front of the fireplace right now, guys. I'm not gonna lie. Hex can provide passive income as well as long-term security. Best investment. 100% agree with that. Just got in. Hey, Finbear, it's good to see you. Hey, Whales Only, you believe that Ukraine stuff? Yeah, Crypto Junkies here in 9 minutes, going to be starting up in 9 minutes. So he gave me a little extra time, but I'm going to get you. I want to push everybody over there because I want them to look at the macro on this, guys. I love it, Bitfinesse. Yeah, so I'm doubling my income this year through work. See, this guy gets it. This guy gets it. There's reasons why I have businesses outside of Hex, so I don't have to sell my Hex to. Now I am going to retire from insurance at some point, but I'm not there yet, guys. I'm not there yet. I'd love to do this full time. I feel like I'm already 16 hours a day is already full time, but yeah, this guy gets it. He's doubling his income through work, stacking his T-shares, and accumulating Hex like a beast. So if we could hold off on marketing efforts for another 5 years, that'd be great. I didn't get it. Oh, I love it. That's hilarious, guys. That is hilarious. Thanks, Bitfinesse. I love the comment, man. That's great. Yeah. Yes, all Peter did was yell. I was like, dude, shut up. Let Richard talk. Yeah, he didn't there's a lot of points he made that he didn't let Richard counter. And Richard was a lot nicer than I would have been. I would say, no. We're going to go back. No, stop talking right now. We're going to go back to that point that you just made before you moved on because you didn't let me address it. And you purposely did that because I'm going to crush your argument. And then I would have crushed his argument if I were Richard. That's how I would have played that. But old man yelling at crypto, get off my lawn. Hey, that's a great point, Hexmix. Hire a professional call center if that's what you want. Can't compete with them now because they train Filipino girls and the pay rate is cheap. Yeah, you ever get someone you know is from the Philippines and they're like, you're speaking to David and you're like, no, that's the name you're going by right now, but your name is not David, John, Tim, things like that. But yeah, it's actually a livable wage over there. Like $3. Last I checked, like $3 or $4 an hour is equivalent to make it if they have a full-time job and they work 8 hours a day, is equivalent to someone here in America making like $60,000 a year. So it's inexpensive, but it's still a livable wage. So you're not cheating anybody. But that would be good. But again, is that really the greatest effective use of the marketing money to run a call center or to even to pay a call center? Mr. Sojourner, I'm not putting that up there. Yeah, it looks really good. The debate is on Richard's channel. Like I was saying, just watch it on his end. Start marketing on the metaverse. Just tapping in at KNTX. These are the dips we have seen the first year of Hex. Patience is the key. Corey has got this, guys. Listen to Corey. He's a smart dude. Smart dude. I love Corey. Man, he so talented in everything he does too. Appreciate all of your contributions to the community, brother. That's right. Help people with those diamond hands, man. Give them the encouragement. Don't fudge yourselves out of this yet, guys. You're going to be so disappointed in the future if you do. There you go. You have a huge LA market you can hit. Hit that like, y'all. Thanks, John. Appreciate it. Nick Manis is also throwing a shout out. Like, subscribe, share this out to everybody. I like this, Benny. I've picked up quite a few people by just word of mouth asking them if they have a MetaMask, and I'm in. I try not to force it and let it come up naturally when I think timing is right. I like that. Hey, this is true. Girls are a number game, guys. Girls are a number game. It's not about how, I mean, yes, it increases your chances, how great your game is. It's been a long time since I've had game, but it's really a numbers game. How many girls are you going to ask before one of them decides to leave with you? I was going to say the bar, but not everyone picks up chicks in the bar. Asking out a girl is never perfect science. It's a lot like that. Yep. Just ask a lot of people. You don't have to close every deal, guys. More details on this in the future. Thank you, Next. I just found you on Twitter and now following you. I'm a Jaw Hexican on there. I'll right on, man. I'll look at you, John. I'll hit you up. I don't spend a lot of time on Twitter because I end up 2 hours later just responding to comments and stuff like that. And I know there's a lot of news in the Hexican space that comes out via Twitter. I just, with how busy I am right now, I'm hoping someday to retire and be able to just troll on Twitter all day long. That's what I want to do. I want to be a Twitter troll in front of the fire on a snowy day. That's what I want to do, in front of the fireplace on a snowy day. I'm not sure what you mean. Talking about marketing with these circumstances is suspect. What circumstances? Do you not have a bag you want pumped? I guess I don't understand. Go ahead, refine hayseed appellation to clarify what you mean by that. So, okay. Nice. About to empty out the old 401k and buy more Hex. I don't think you'll be disappointed. Thanks, brother. I appreciate it. I know that's why I'm like hesitant to have people DM me right now. I'm not Richard Hart level 1,600 new messages a day or anything, but yeah, catching up on Telegram is hard and getting work done at the same time. So I'm hoping to hire an executive assistant that can funnel through all that stuff for me, just kind of wade through all that. As an executive producer of the Highest of Stakes, our director keeps telling me, why the hell are you doing all this on your own? Let me teach you how to hire a good executive assistant. But I don't want to sell Hex to hire somebody. But maybe they'll buy Hex with it. I don't know. I just don't want to sell Hex, man. That's the hardest thing. Like I've got literally my accounts, or not my accounts, my business is operating on autopilot right now. And I'm taking just enough off of them to live. I really don't want to sell Hex, but yeah, that's called comparative advantage, folks. It's how smart economies work and scale efficiently. Yep. Thanks, man. I must be so far behind. Great point. Bringing like-minded peeps and projects together to collaborate forces. You guys can accomplish so much more when you work together. Even if you don't have the exact same goals, there's just the same dollar towards efforts can be maximized more efficiently. So I know I get the to a certain subsect of Hexicans, I get the, oh, he's just a shark businessman. I'm sorry. I like negotiating good deals. I don't like getting a bad deal. I'm good at what I do. I know I hold the leverage with this product, that if you don't like what I have to offer, then you don't have to participate. That's fine. I don't care. And I've got that. I'm willing to walk away from a deal. And so I am kind of a shark when it comes to business, but I want to see things run efficiently and effectively. And if it isn't those two things, it's not usually worth doing so. And it has to pay for itself. So I don't want to subsidize everything the rest of my life. I want things to pay for themselves. So if we can do marketing efforts into perpetuity and we have a business that does the marketing on our behalf and doesn't come out of my pocket or your pocket as Hexicans, we don't have to continue asking for you to donate in the link below to the Ethereum address for marketing funds, then that's the way to do it. You have these things funded by these businesses that we're creating that actually enhance the Hex ecosystem, guys. Good to know, Homeless Hobo. Thank you so much for joining us today. This is actually already happening. we'll talk more about this. We just signed paperwork on a world champion kickboxer. You'll get more information on that soon. Joker is going to be the one to break all that news for you guys. Reps on college campuses. I like that. If you guys have time, go do that. Having some Hex centers, Hex coffers in city centers all around the globe could daily help to onboard people not used to crypto. How about we all open a local coffee shop? They're pretty inexpensive to run. They usually at least pay for themselves, and you just brand everything inside of it Hex. Do your local coffee shop. Starbucks competitor, hex.com everywhere. Hex wrapped the Wall Street Bull during the night. That would be clever. Man, if you could pull that off without getting in trouble, oh man, would that be fun. Dude, that's guerrilla marketing at its best. Absolute guerrilla marketing. Yeah, same yes, sound quality is so important. Same happened with the 731 gathering event. Yeah, so the recording that we did for the movie and the live stream through Discourse Syndicate, the sound quality was great. It was in the venue itself with the acoustics that they had there. So it was a little different situation, but 100% agree, modern simplicity. That could have been executed so much better. Yeah. How are we not mentioned by the Palm Beach Research Group? I'm sure it costs, but they have some major pull and do mailers. Yes, they do. Tika Tawari, 5 coins to $5 million, man. He's famous for that stuff. Mr. Sojourner, look into that for me. Hit me up. Someone get on that. Now, Alan, I saw your $5 super chat a long time ago. I really appreciate you. I was trying to get through all of these. I think we're going to have to end off pretty soon. I'm starting to stream over the Crypto Junkies here. But Alan, thank you so much for the $5. We use Remind at our real estate office. And how many more opportunities will we have to accumulate cheap Hex? 10 to 15 cent Hex is the new 1 cent Hex. I like that. So Remind is what you guys, I didn't even think about. I forgot that you were in real estate, brother. Remind is an awesome software. Awesome software. There's a way you could put together a marketing effort using that. That's great, guys. I like that idea. My sister-in-law was at the Miami meetup, but unfortunately she understood absolutely nothing. These meetups are good for people who have some basic crypto understanding. Yeah. What about ads on Etherscan and so on? Is it's in people's faces that are interested already, especially if they see the 30% APY? Etherscan might be a decent place to get some attention. I don't know. I never look at any of the ads on Etherscan, but I'm also not trying to leverage trade anything. And that's usually what's on there. Oh, this is not necessarily a bad idea. A lottery is paid in a 5555 encapsulated stake. That's kind of cool. I like that idea. I like that idea just because, I like that idea because then it's always buy pressure for Hex. But I don't know if I like the idea of never winning. Yeah. I agree. This was someone needs to give that man a script. I agree with this. That's why we want to build schools. We've already talked about this on previous episodes, and we want to build schools. Yeah, he backed away from gold. Yeah, he's not a gold maxi when he goes to blows with Richard. Yep. All right, I'm not going to be able to catch up. Hey, thanks, Hexy Bastard. That'd be great. DM me soon so we can try to can do some concerted efforts on these things together, on these fronts together, so we can work together instead of over the top of each other. But without bad sound quality, we would have had the classic "You guys are effing weak right now" RG3 moment. That made it worth it. Oh man, he got memed hard on that one. But it was in my mind, it will forever be a classic moment. Forever be a classic moment. So, hey guys, go out, get that Hex, get the word out there. Marketing ideas, love to hear more. Oh, Hexagon Coffee Shop in Bali. Took the words right out of my mouth. Great song, by the way. We'll catch up with you guys soon. I love you to death. Make sure you guys go hit up the Crypto Junkies. If you guys are interested, only if you can afford, don't feel obligated. If it's something you guys feel like it's a way to give back to the community by doing a marketing effort, we've got a donation address below in the link below. Right now, my big ask is really to help us with the politician that is running for re-election right now. They want to bank the unbanked in the crypto and the marijuana industries in Nevada. And Nevada wants to become a very crypto-friendly state, and the state treasurer is running for a re-election, and we have been talking to him about a pilot program. So if you can help us, help him, help you, help us, help me, help them, help everybody, and help build this vertical integration, that is really the big ask right now at this point in time. Ideas for marketing and some small funds for this candidate. I didn't put the link below for that. You can do that directly through the Ethereum address for any kind of donation on that, or there is a in previous videos. I'll update the here in about 5 minutes. I will update the description below with that link if you guys want to use like a credit card to help support him. So appreciate you guys. We will talk to you guys soon. And with that, outro, right?